Morning, my beautiful friends, and welcome back to another video. I hope you've been keeping very well. Today I'm going to bring you along and show you what I eat in a day as a vegan, but I have been getting a lot of requests recently to share more gluten-free meals, and so today I'm going to do what I eat in a day fully vegan and fully gluten-free and share with you some of my favorite vegan and gluten-free meals to prepare and to eat. A few years ago, I actually spent a few months eating fully vegan and gluten-free, so I do love cooking gluten-free meals. So if you enjoyed this one and it's something that you'd like to see more of, definitely let me know. For breakfast this morning, I want to make a batch of my favorite homemade granola, which is a salted maple macadamia granola. It is fully gluten-free and I love it so much. For me, I really like a granola to be nice and crispy, so that's exactly what this is, and I've been in need of doing a new batch for a while, so I figured this morning is the perfect opportunity to do so because this granola is fully gluten-free and vegan and absolutely delicious. Anyway, let's get into making it. Okay, so to make the granola, I am putting some macadamias as well as flaked almonds, crushed peanuts, some pecans, pumpkin seeds, soy protein crisps, dried apricots, and some salt, maple syrup and coconut oil into a bowl, and I'm going to mix this all together. With these nuts and fruit and seeds, you can really mix it up with what you prefer, but these are my absolute favorites when it comes to making this granola. I transfer it onto a baking tray and then I spread this out before putting it into the oven. Okay, so whilst my granola is in the oven, which by the way, it is smelling so ridiculously good in here, I want to say a big thank you to my friends at Squarespace for very kindly sponsoring this video. If you've never heard of Squarespace before, it is the all-in-one platform to be able to host your website and grow your business online. I've been a customer of Squarespace for over 4 years and I recently launched my new website using Squarespace, which thank you so much for all of the love on that. I really appreciate it. And as a genuine customer and user of Squarespace, it is honestly the most functional, easy platform that I have ever used, and I genuinely love it so much. It really meets my business's needs. I have the ability to have blog posts as well as sell products. I also have the ability to put all of my social media in one place, and honestly the overall thing that I love about using Squarespace is the fact that it is really quick and easy to do these things. So if you're someone like me who is a sole trader and running my business myself, I don't have to spend an excessive amount of time on my website, which is why I personally love it so much. If you're ever looking to host or design your own website, you can head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, you can go to squarespace.com/AmandaDux and you can use my code, which is AmandaDux. That will get you 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. When it came to lunchtime, there was one thing on my mind, and they were these rice paper dumplings that I haven't made in a while, but I had a vision for what I wanted to do with them, and so that is what I decided to make for lunch. I started by grating some firm tofu, and then I also cut up some spring onion. I just finely sliced that, and then I also cut up a leek as well. So I'm going to use about half of the leek. It's really important with the leek to always transfer it into a strainer and just rinse it really well. So I did that before transferring it into a pot with some corn kernels and beginning to fry that up in a little bit of oil. Then I'm going to add in that grated tofu as well as some spring onion and continue mixing that all together. Once that has cooked down for a few minutes, I'm then going to add in some tamari as well as onion powder and some ground ginger, and then I'm going to continue mixing this together on a medium to high heat. After that, we're going to get into assembling our rice paper dumplings. So to do this, you're going to need some rice paper sheets and a bowl of water. Now I like to dip this in the hot water, then I add on some of the mixture, wrap that up, set it to the side, and then we're going to repeat with another piece of rice paper and wrap it up. You really do want to ensure that they have 2 wrappers around all of them, just to ensure they stay nice and stable and are a lot easier to eat. I also recommend filling them up to whatever size you would like your dumplings to be. I made them pretty big on this day. So when it came to frying them up, I just get my frying pan, put a little bit of oil in it, and then I fry these rice paper dumplings up until they are really nice and crispy. And I also made a sauce at the same time. So it's time to serve these up. I am serving 3 of these for my lunch, and I have a little sauce that I made just with some tamari and some rice wine vinegar. I decided to sit outside and enjoy these very, very much so, and honestly, I just think that leek and corn is such an ideal combination, and I'm definitely going to get back into the swing of making these regularly because they are so ridiculously delicious. You know, I needed an afternoon sweetie treaty, and I recently found these at the health food store, which are vegan and gluten-free little like cookie sandwich things, and I decided to give this one a go today. This was like the double chocolate one, and oh my goodness, it was so good. If you see these, I definitely recommend trying them because I absolutely loved this so much. Okay, so it's time to get into making some dinner, and for dinner tonight I am going to make my lentil and walnut mince tacos, which honestly, these are one of my favorite recipes that I have ever created. I find them to be really hearty and delicious, but they also really balance with the freshness of the toppings like the coconut yogurt and lime and avocado. So it's just a really beautiful meal that I enjoy so much, and I'm really excited to make it tonight. I was actually thinking before I started filming how I hadn't made a lentil and walnut mince before this year, and now it is such a staple for me. And honestly, if you've never tried it, I highly recommend. It's really, really versatile, and I use it in many different cuisines, and I also find it a really quick and easy plant-based protein source to whip up that is packed full of flavor. So yeah, if you have tried it, I hope you love it, and if you haven't tried it, I hope that you will give it a go and see if you like it. Anyway, let's get into making dinner and these delicious lentil and walnut mince tacos. So for my variation of this mince today, I'm adding some olive oil, brown onion, smoked paprika, and some cumin as well as garlic into my little pot, and I am frying that up for a few minutes. Then I add in some tomato paste followed by some ground walnuts that I had blitzed into a nice crumb, and I continued frying that. I also add in some water as well as some vegan beef stock powder, and I continue mixing that all together and simmering it away before adding in some brown lentils and continuing to mix together. When it comes to serving this, I decided to have 3 tacos today, so I've got some corn tortillas. I'm also adding on some lettuce as well as that lentil and walnut mince, some cherry tomatoes as well as some guacamole, and of course some pickled onions. And this was my absolutely delicious dinner tonight that I loved so much. Okay, so these tacos bring us to the end of everything that I eat in a day as a vegan who also happens to be eating gluten-free on this particular day. I hope that you enjoyed this video and got a new meal idea to try out at home. And as always, a big thank you for being here, supporting me and my channel. I appreciate it so much. Please let me know if you want to see more of these gluten-free style videos, and I look forward to seeing you next week in another video. Have a beautiful day. Bye!